Happy days today. This video is going to be about starting to pull the engine out of the yellow Pete 379. Some days you've got the motivation and some you don't. I'm kind of half and half today. Bit of a head cold and sore throat, but it's not the thing, you know. So I'll gonna make some video about this, and hopefully it's an interesting little project to rebuild it. All right. Hope you like it. Okay, so if you haven't watched any of the previous videos, this Pete 379, it's got a Cummins engine in it, ISX, it's 2006 Pete 379. It's got an 18 speed in it, which was reconditioned or new, I can't remember, but a year ago. I've rebuilt the engine on this. It was dusted once, and we redid it again. I put new camshaft on it, and I'm just tired of it. Our driver Justin was taking it to California, and he was doing 75 miles an hour, and it's locked up. So I don't want to even take it apart. I want to get it out. And I've got a truck that went on fire over here. It's a blue W900 with a cat engine in it that's been it's been chipped, and it's got all sorts of big injectors and marine injectors, I believe it's in it, and a bully dog chip. So I'm going to make one out of the two, and then I'll keep that chassis for that Kenworth, because the back went fire. We'll cut that off and put a new back on it, and if I can find a rebuilder engine, we'll do that. But that's a long-term project, whereas this, switching the Cummins with the cat, same motor mounts, and there should be enough software and hardware in that Kenworth that we can put this yellow one back in the road quicker than I would hoped, you know. Just mainly the labour and a couple of bits and pieces. I can do a lot of labour myself rather than getting into rebuilding that Cummins, because that could be anything. And I've got another truck in the oil field with a Cummins in it that's a little bit down in power, so hopefully eventually when I get some things juggled around about, I can bring that out and make it a little project and get that done. So we'll start to this. Alright, so I started pulling stuff apart here, hoses off, air intakes, all that stuff. And next thing to come off the hood, quite simple, little slide that clip. This is already off because the part up at that end snapped off. Up there, they break off quite easily. And undo these springs, but first thing I gotta do is disconnect these lights. There's a connector underneath there. Cut off all these clips, undo these bolts, and the same on each side, and then set it down onto a pallet. So just a minute. Okay, so I've got my circlips and washers off of here. I've got my lights unplugged from underneath the radiator and the cross member there. This one's out, this one's ready to come out. The other side, had to cut the top one off, so this side's ready to come out too. It's only the springs that's holding it up there. So I need to get the forklift, bring it in under here, lift that up, put it on the bottom, hold the face of it. So, okay, so this is kind of how this is done. Just set it on there, undo these springs that hook onto here. Springs are hanging inside the hood there. Oh, they were. So a lot of these things need to be changed out. That's wore. These things here, I don't know if you can see that, that's all chewed out and worn. And this here, the hood hinge thing, you know, quite a bit of play in that. So be nice to change those bushings too. So that's it, ready to lift off. Next thing is undo these little hoses here, my AC, make sure it's unhooked from the condenser here front, and unhook the radiator from the bottom, unbolt it, unbolt the brackets here, and then hook a chain around there on the other side, and then just off she comes, straight up, lie it flat down on a pallet as well. So, and then we're going to lift the back end of the truck off the ground, drag it around to the workshop and start pulling it apart. So doesn't take much to pull them out. So stripping them apart and rebuild them, it takes all the freaking time. But anyway, back at you. Alright, so we got the hood off. I'll get the radiator brackets off here. Little hose here, hose all there, the intake's off. And down the bottom here, there's 2 bolts. Down the bottom there's they just go down through there. And down the bottom radiator hose here. And we're ready. I believe I've taken off these, sucked the Freon out of it and taken off the 2 air hoses. We've got them hung around the side here right now, and just ready to get a chain around here, just lift it up and sit it down on a pallet. Job done in the front. So, okay, just a minute. Okay, so it's a bit cold. Got quite a bit done. Get some food here for lunchtime, but my water hose is off. I'll get the header tanks off so that it can come out, you know, come out nice and easier. Get this off. Get the motor mounts just to undo, but I'm not going to do that here because it's all wet below. We'll get that up inside. Water hoses to take off the top of the transmission there. Hood's off it, so I'll just stuck a glove over here for now. I need to do one here on the inside of the turbo. Get my AC lines off. Some more water hoses off. Radiator off, fan off. I've been undoing the wiring harness all the way around it. Yeah, slowly getting picked away at it. Anyway, this is going to be noisy probably. Get my fuel lines undone. Starting to get to the stage where I want to be inside and get underneath it. So anyhow, we've got the hood over there and the radiator behind it. So there we go. Not a bad effort for an old, what's the word, out of practice. Right, I'm gonna go get some grub and come back, and if I've got some time I'll do some more on it. But there we go. So there we go, that's a decent day's graft for a change. All it needs to do is undo the motor mounts, which is, there's only 6 bolts, so that's quite easy. Undo the starter, then lift it out. Everything's off. So I've got to go pick up my daughter, be there when she comes off her school transport, so that's kind of cut my time short. It's only 3:30, so not bad for maybe 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, so I'll probably go back there this evening and maybe get it finished off, and that's the theory. But once you're inside, but I want it done. I want to start to the blue one tomorrow. Well, one way or t'other, we'll start pulling the kitty cat out of that. So, all right, there we go. So I thought I would pop over here and get a look at this blue truck that went on fire at the back end there, and see what we're going to do with this cat tomorrow. So get a rough idea what to do. I'm just not sure what wires to take off, because we're obviously going to need some of them on there for when we put it into the yellow truck. Some of the wiring harness is going to come and some of it's not. I'm not sure, that's Jeff's department, but I just wanted to do some stuff on the top side of this. We don't want to lie in the dirt tonight when the freaking creepy crawlies are out and about. So, But it'll be good to have this. I don't know if this will film on the other side. So it'll be good to have this thrown into the yellow truck. Obviously the air intake's all different. You need to maybe make some of that. The air hoses look thinner, the water hoses look thinner in this. It's got a big block heater this to heat up your fuel. Keep the block hot anyway. Blah blah blah. I'm droning on here. So apparently as well you have to take the Peterbilt radiator, that's what fits, and then make it adapt to what you've got. So Jeff's a clever fabricator, so he'll get that figured out. Might sell this hood or sell it in bits. These air cleaners are all good and just a bunch of good stuff on it. But who knows? I'm not going to worry about that right now. But I just wanted to come over and try and do a bit tonight. We'll see how we go. Alright. So it's the next day. There's not a lot left to do here. Undo the mounting bolts. Two at the front end here, two at the back of this side and two at the back of that side. And I need to undo the gear shifter, take the tower off. But while I was at it, I'm going to put new seats and carpet in this truck. A rust in there maybe? Just a mess. It's 15-year-old and it's done 1.2 million miles this truck, so time for a new carpet, I think. Got this crap in here. Gets everywhere. So that's what I'm going to do just now, pull that out. I've drained the oil out of it. It's extremely cold, so it's taking a while to run out. At the same time, down there in the back I've got the blue one with the oil drain out yet. Just a slow process in the cold weather. So let me get at this. Had to cut some of those freaking nuts off. So never say freaking die. That's it, ready to pull out. Dark o'clock. Dark o'clock. Everyone's ready to pull. Jeff's coming around here with a crane to lift it. So we'll see how we go. Get this one on the road. I got the oil drained out the blue one today while I was doing some stuff in this. So get some lights here. Rather not be doing it in the dark, but there you go. That's it there. Big hole. Ain't much left of them when you take all that crap off the front. And speaking of all that crap, that's that out. A bit cold, it's -4 right now. Transmission. There's a new clutch and new tranny just recently, so better cover that hole up there. I'll grab something and I'll be right back. But that's it. That one out, just waiting for the one out, the blue one, to be taken out and thrown in. As if it was that easy, eh? I don't mind telling you, I'm beat. So, job done. Yellow truck engine out, transmission separated from the engine, ready to go on the blue one tomorrow. 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Worked outside and all day today. Lying on the ground on a big thick sheet of cardboard. Memories. The guy that works with Jeff now, he said, if I was your age, I'd want to be driving the trucks rather than fixing them. What's that all about? Who says that? I feel my age tonight. I am not 35. I feel like I'm freaking 95. But that's it, done. Saving money, you know, getting it done ahead of time, so ideal. But I managed to survive all day today until the very last bolt, separating the transmission. We lifted it out, it was sitting on the ground, and I had to lie in the dirt, and I just thought I'll just be quickly lying in the dust. But I couldn't see because it was quite dark where I was, and my butt ended up being in the middle of the stream that runs down through the yard. It's not a stream, but anytime we wash anything up in the concrete, it runs down through. So my backside's freaking wet, and it's cold. I can work all day in the cold, but see, once I'm wet or my feet get wet, game's a bogey. But that's it. That's the truck ready, waiting for the donor to have the Caterpillar engine cut out of its heart and stuck into the yellow one. Thanks for watching. Speak to you later.